everybody. We're coming to you from not yet the Tommy Bahama studio, but I think we're getting close. I mean, we're making some headway. Didn't we do a tease and we sent it to them, and you would hope that would be enough, and we're still awaiting that phone call. So that's it. That's your last mention until you sponsor it. But the home of growing media, in case you didn't know, we decided to light it up, like make it huge, put a grass wall behind it, and a reminder that everybody has a story. Let us help to tell yours. And the way that we do that is, of course, through the Spiel, on the air now for 14 years, I think. 14 glorious years. Thank you, Prairie Farms. We love it. We've told so many stories. We hope that we've inspired you. We hope that maybe when you watch this on repeat, like you're at home and you're binge watching the Spiel and you're motivated and you love it and you want to tell all your friends about it, and we appreciate that. Kind of like this guy. So Dr. Kevin Elko, only time I'm going to mention him too until he comes on the show. Cool guy. So here's how I found Dr. Kevin Elko. I am an Auburn fan. I don't know if you know this about me. I will send Walker many photos, clips at the Auburn games. We could be terrible. I'm still an Auburn fan. And so I have avoided Alabama because if you're an Auburn fan, you're then for every team who plays at Alabama, right? But since Nick Saban has retired, I cannot believe I just said his name. But since he retired, I've started listening to some of his speeches, his motivational talks. And I'm like, man, I really like this guy. He talks about what it means to be a success, to be great, that kind of thing. Then guess what I found out? He has spent a lot of time with Dr. Kevin Elko, and actually he has spent a lot of time with Fortune 500 companies, the NFL, and that little known team, Alabama, the Crimson Tide. Lucas! Have you heard of him?
What?
Have you heard of Dr. Kevin Elko? No?
No.
Okay.
I know who Sick Nabin is.
Do you like the sign? Is it a little much? Am I green?
I didn't like putting it up, but yeah, I like the sign.
You did a great job, man. I want to know what our viewers think. Now they know when they walk by the studio here on Tower Square that we're not a coffee shop, at least, right?
Honestly, I don't know what people think anymore.
I don't know what they think either. But we grow media. So if you need anything, look, we grew this show. It's been on the air for 14 years. But let me tell you, okay, I felt like you'd be a good one to weigh in on this. The one thing that stood out to me by Dr. Kevin Elko, you are invited to come on the show. He encourages you to be the 67th book of the Bible. Huh?
That's too much responsibility for me. I'm out.
Really?
Yeah. Ben can do it, though.
Oh, we have Ben coming up on today's show, everybody. Ben Ottolini, he's in our little green room or couch now that we have a smaller studio. Smile. Look at Ben. He goes, I'm so uncomfortable and I'm never
Give
coming
him
on
your
the show
soft
again."
smile.
Soft smile. Yeah, just the soft smile. Actually, pretend like we're not looking at you. This is that camera that you don't know it's here. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I was inspired. I thought it was good. But we have some remarkable mixology that's going to take place today. We have some great ideas for gift giving and just some cool products that are out there right now. Also, we've got the one, the only. What's his name? Your buddy?
Ottolini.
Owen Ottolini is coming up, everybody. You may remember him from the Mama Awards. He was great. He won. He's very good. He actually is so good. You know how you'll lose part of your name, maybe just the first name? He just writes songs and he doesn't name the songs. He's like, they'll find it. If they want it, they'll find it. Okay? How about that?
How about that?
How about that? Drop the mic. We're totally getting out before that starts. All right, stay right there. Oh, Tim Estiloz is also in showing off. He's at some movie premiere somewhere. So stay right there. We'll be right back.
Without seeing you.
It is the most difficult thing that you could possibly, people come from the MMA world all the time, which is real fighting. It is real fighting, but I'm saying because they think it's so much, I'm a real fighter. They come to professional wrestling and they admit oh my gosh, this is the hardest thing I've ever done.
I'm James Dannemiller. owner of Sensible Solutions. We do HVAC, plumbing, and electrical, and we also do septic installs and maintenance. So we're your all-around mechanical, electrical, plumbing company. We're local, we're honest, we'll tell you exactly what the issue is. We're not going to try to sell you a new unit because of a capacitor.
If anybody's worried or their system's getting older,
You can find us on Facebook or Google. You can call 573-450-3271.
We are the best kept secret in Sierra HPC.
Our clinic provides a vital role in our community.
We can get you the answers you're looking for.
The sliding fee program.
It can discount all the services that we have within Sierra HPC.
Marketplace insurance.
If you feel overwhelmed or if you can't do it yourself, then we can do that assistance for you.
Getting medications at a reduced cost.
We can provide resources for you for health, food, shelter, clothing.
Call us in advance and we can schedule transportation, round trip.
A lot of insurances actually pay for transportation.
We do have a translator. We will help you wherever you want, all over the clinic.
We also have ship counselors that are certified for
Medicare, Medicaid.
We are here to help.
We're willing to work with you no matter what.
Call us at 833-209-0498 or visit us at sierrahpc.org.
This is Martina Toohill, and she was a natural. She's one of them people that when I'm sitting in the office, I hear them as they leave say, "Thank you, Martina. We really appreciate all the help that you gave us today."
I'm very particular and I'm passionate to the customer. I love seeing a smile on their face.
So we encourage people to stop in, meet our salespeople, meet our people. They'll become your friends if you shop here.
Hey guys, my name's Ben Ottolini. This is a song I wrote this past year. Just went through kind of a wild season. A lot of transition in my life, on staff at a church to, just a whole other season. And this song kind of came out of that and sort of realizing what the most important thing is and kind of putting that first, if that makes sense. So that was probably too much, but I'm Ben Ottolini. Here you go. Cool.
I'm so tired of singing songs because I have to. Playing every single note the way the tracks do. Always going through the motions just to see the other side without seeing you. All those years I waited just to see you break through. But maybe I became the wall put up to stop you. And it was time to step aside and fix my attitude, that I might hear you. Cause I'm so tired of getting wrapped up in the motions of religion, traditions put in place to make us feel like we all fit in. Maybe all you want from me is just to spend time on my knees without a crowd, so I can find my crown. And for so long I thought I'd done what you called me to, but somewhere along the way I lost my sight of you. Oh, but now I see you guiding me right back to the heart of worship. And I'm so tired of getting wrapped up in the motions of religion, from me is just to spend time on my knees without a crowd. Oh, and all agendas set aside. It's just devotion you're desiring, devotion you're desiring. So come and reignite in the fire. I give my life back as an offering, my life back as an offering. In all agendas set aside. It's just devotion you're desiring, and devotion you're desiring. So come and reignite the fire, and I give my life back as an offering, and my life back as an offering. 'Cause I'm so tired of getting wrapped up in the motions of religion. These traditions put in place to make us feel like we all fit in. But through the years I see you shaping me into the one you created me to be. And I need you desperately. I need you desperately.
What you got? Number 2.
I'm gonna go with a pretzel with nacho cheese.
Strong choice.
Yeah.
Awfully dry. Number 3, I'm thinking we need a beverage of some sort.
Ham sandwich.
It felt very large. It felt like an experience. It was very educational, and I think that was by design.
There's so much stigma around behavioral health and mental health. My job is to make you feel welcome, to understand what's going on, and to provide you the resources, education, and opportunities available. And you may not even know what you're ready for. You may be like, I'm not ready for medication or anything, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be just about that to come see me. It's about getting your child help. And the sooner we get your child help, the better outcomes.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
For youth who use tobacco or e-cigarettes, we are promoting the My Life, My Quit program that's for ages 13 to 17.
We want to make sure that they don't start to become addicted to cigarettes or vaping.
We go into schools and do classroom presentations, or we do large assemblies like in the gyms to share information about how they can get help if they already have an addiction.
But really the thing is, we don't want our youth and young people to become addicted.
There's no way they're all here.
They're all here.
Are you kidding me? How's the straight jacket? Thank you, Lucas.
And all the way.
Great on fish, great on beef. It's even good with chips.
Hey guys, I'm Kailey Latimer and welcome to my tour bus.
Okay.
They're experiencing your enthusiasm, your love.
What is it that you want to achieve every day? What is that footprint that you're trying to leave?
Sedona means tranquility. I'm Christy Rosicki.
I am Ron Brzezicki,
the owners of Sedona Bistro.
All we can do is supply good food, good service, and do the best we can every day. You come in, my job is to prove that, hey, we're good enough that you want to come back.
Okay, boys, here we go. Now, Bo Nix did it well. Do either of you know who Bo Nix is?
I know no bits.
Okay, right. Former Auburn quarterback went on to do great things. Look him up. Stadium food draft, okay? Your top 5 picks, and they better be good reasons why you're choosing the top 5.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Lucas, stadium food draft. First pick.
Okay, nachos.
Oh, you're going with nachos number 1?
Always.
Was that a good pick?
That's a good pick.
What is your number 1? Who are you bringing to the team?
Brisket.
Brisket? Really? What stadium do you go to?
It just came to me.
Is that a thing?
Stadium brisket.
I actually don't know. Because here's the thing.
Dude. You just chose somebody we can't even get.
You don't know that?
Number 2.
I want a hot dog.
Well, he just jumped. You're number 2 is a hot dog.
Okay.
What the?
He's number 2 with hot dog.
What are the
everybody.
rules of this
The
damn
lineup is
draft?
looking a lot better. What you got? Number 2.
I'm going to go with a pretzel with nacho cheese.
Strong choice.
Yeah.
Awfully dry. Number 3, I'm thinking we need a beverage of some sort.
Ham sandwich.
Okay.
Have you heard of Albert Pujols? He gets ham sandwiches.
That's not how his name's pronounced.
Number 3. Number 3 on the draft. Focus, focus. Number 3. We got to get through this, guys. Number 3. Everybody's watching.
Milwaukee's best.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought of something that they
Strawberry
actually
lemonade.
have at ball games.
What's that?
Hamburgers. Cheeseburgers.
So you're cool. You. Oh gosh. Let's complete the lineup. What you got at 4?
Toasted ravioli.
Ooh. Praise God.
Yeah. Because St. Louis and their toasted ravioli.
They invented the toasted rav.
Yeah.
It was an accident. Someone accidentally threw ravioli into
a fryer.
The oil.
I can
Yeah.
obviously
Surprise,
see why
God's gift
you guys are
to
not
her.
really into sports or winning or any of that.
When
Listen,
the heck did we get ice cream?
The team that I'm supporting
Ice
is in a
cream.
final.
Okay. Dippin' Dots, maybe. That's a big one. That could be a brand. That could be a sponsor.
I like Dippin'
Now you're
Dots.
thinking.
Now I'm thinking.
Now he's thinking. Can anybody on our team out here give at least maybe a good option, a good choice?
Popcorn, peanuts.
Popcorn and peanuts.
She's
the gal she's very good.
She's good.
She will be sitting in this seat next time, okay?
She probably
All
should.
right, go ahead and show your cow because that's as good.
Baseball in the 40s.
Whatever. Okay. Bye. That was awful. That was. Hey, by the way, no.
Is
Before we go,
that the Chick-fil-A cow?
it's ridiculous.
That's what I was drawing when I thought of hamburgers.
Okay, look. Look. Flex your arms. At least you guys can offer something to this next segment because that was terrible. Have you guys heard of the Queen of the Ring?
God save the queen.
Tim Estiloz has it this week. Listen, it's based on a true story. It's it was actually a story that was squashed for a long time, but it has seen the light of day.
I don't remember Frodo talking about it, but...
Tim Estiloz, take it away, please.
Listen, Mildred, you gotta watch yourself in the clinches out there. I don't trust this referee.
You don't want to be a waitress no more? Who do you think you are, huh?
Well, know me by my full name.
Sir, I want you to know I'm a big fan. What's it take for you to train me how to wrestle?
Who'd pay to see you?
Well, people with good taste. That too.
Ladies, it's a pleasure to meet you both. I loved the film last night. Welcome to our show. I think my first question goes out to you, Kailey. If you could tell me a little bit about this story and also Mildred Burke, because this was a really fascinating story that I had never heard about.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I can tell. I mean, I'm just judging based off of your background. It looks like you're more of you're into the movies. You're not much of a wrestling guy. Is that right?
A little bit. Though I did grow up on Bruno Sammartino, so
Okay.
I do remember that.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say, people that are huge wrestling fans, they don't even know about this story. So like, that's the cool thing about it, is that everyone from all walks of life are all going to get to know Millie and her story at the same time. And it was super cool to be able to come in as the current NWA champion.
Woman ain't got no business in the ring with a man.
Woman ain't got no business. Where?
I think you and I should be partners.
Whole lot of opportunity out there for us.
Yeah, because she was a trailblazer. And my first question also to you, Damaris, is that you play Babs Wingo, who was one of the trailblazers in terms of an African-American woman being in a sport, being an integrated sport at that point when the rest of the country really was kind of segregated. What was that like for you to take on that role, and what did you learn about it?
So that exactly what you just said is probably the biggest inspiration that I've had with Babs, right? I'm sure that the energy of the country at that time had a lot of, you can't do it. You're not allowed to. It's impossible. You'll never make it. Don't you know who you are, right? And so seeing that and taking that with me into the filming was fantastic, but that was literally my, I don't know, it's kind of like my, it was like my fuel.
Mm-hmm.
It was that was the fuel that I was able to take into playing Babs. Yeah.
Oh, we can headline arenas. I know that we can.
I want to talk to you about putting 2 of my girls on your card.
My main event is heavyweights and then main.
Why would anyone want to limit the spectacle of competition based on gender?
You could get hurt in this sport. You have to be really physically trained for it, don't you?
Oh, yeah. And I think what I tell everybody, I was like, everyone would respect wrestling so much more if they saw how a wrestling ring was put together. Because everyone thinks it's some soft mattress trampoline. It's like, if you see how it's put together, it's steel, wood, and a little mat that it goes like that. And back in the day, it probably wasn't even that nice. So, but yeah, and I'll say, as I played Division I softball, I played sports my entire life at a very high level. Professional wrestling is the hardest thing I've ever done, because in sports, you train. And when it's time to play, you react. And that's it. You're reacting to all the training you've done. In wrestling, you're having to think about everything. You're having to think about, okay, how do I play to the fans? How do I sell this move where hopefully they didn't actually really hurt me, but I have to remember that they were supposed to have hurt me there. Right. And I mean, you might have a 20-minute match and you're having to remember all this stuff. It is the most difficult thing that you could possibly, I mean, people come from the MMA world all the time, which is real fighting. It is real fighting, but I'm saying, because they think it's so much, I'm a real fighter. They come to professional wrestling and they admit, like, oh my gosh, this is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Well, you both have done an amazing job. I'll wrap up by saying, I understand that this film is produced or directed by the director of one of the Rocky film, the original one. So it has that sort of Rocky-esque feel to it. And I'm sure the audience is going to love it. You both did an amazing job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
All right, we got to tell people to go out and see this one. It is the Queen of the Ring, coming to a theater and a streaming service near you. Thank you, ladies.
Introducing the champion of the world, Mildred.
Honestly, one of my favorite gifts to give is just a little thoughtful basket like this, because flowers are gonna die. This is just a way to say, hey, I care about you, I love you, you're gonna enjoy it, and you're gonna thank me, Seasoning Bistro, KB and Katie.
Yep.
Rock stars. Is that what people call you now? Just like
occasionally, yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, they just walk in and like, oh, the rock stars.
I'm Shanda Sauls.
Cameron Yosanovich.
Dr. Sue Burge, and I'm a family physician.
I am a fan of pediatrics. I chose healthcare because I like to help people, not only when people are at their best, but I want to help people that are at their worst become better.
I had a love of working with people. I really like connecting with people, getting to know their story, and I thought this was a really good way to be able to do that.
Family practice was always where it was at for me. We're doing great things, helping people live happier and healthier lives.
CRHPC offers a lot of different services.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. I've always had a goatee, and now I don't. And you lose a lot of things. I didn't just lose my hair. Going through treatment, you can't be as active, and it's hard when you come home and, Daddy, can you get on the floor and play with me today? And Unfortunately, some days it's daddy needs to go rest. I started smoking when I was 14 years old.
So we knew a big part of the spiel when we moved to Tower Square Plaza was to recognize the just excellence and the other retailers and individuals along the way. And I tell you, aside from Granny Puckett, you were one that I walked in. This is Kara from Milkweed Provisions. And I walked in, I was like, okay, what is this place? Job well done.
Thank you.
It felt very large. It felt like an experience. It was very educational. And I think that was by design.
Yeah, it was. And I get that at Estiloz. Well, what do you do here? How do I do this? How does this work? And it's so funny because I guess when you come in, you do get a little intimidated, but it's also super duper casual. That's kind of the experience I wanted to create was, elevated, classy, but also that's like Southern Illinois hospitality. So.
You want people to spend time in there.
Yes, absolutely.
Shopping and sipping. And, she has, I begged her, we were almost about to start the segment, and you went over to get what is a big thing now, the canned wine. So because I said I want to sample it, we're going to start with that. Oh, look at that. It's no longer just for beer anymore, gentlemen. That's right. So. Yeah, that is all. And this, do you know this manufacturer?
Okay. So this is a Vino, and they are out of Spain. And so this is a wine called their Petalon. And so it's a little floral. It's a little bit of everything. It's floral, it's tangy, it's salty. It's got a little sweetness to it too, but really, really refreshing. Okay. Also kind of lower on the alcohol. So I call it like a breakfast wine.
Yeah. Why not? It isn't just for dinner anymore, guys, or lunch.
But it's really great with everything. It's great with seafood. It's great with sandwiches, salads. I mean, it's kind of, because of that little bubble, it technically goes with everything.
I guess we should have, yes. Okay, what is your favorite? What do you say? Salud? Do you say cheers? Do you say?
I guess just cheers.
Just cheers, cheers to success. And you have had a lot of that. So I've watched you sort of grow and decide what the business is. And what I really respect and enjoy is you're bringing in other artisans, you're bringing in other people who perhaps are not in that position yet to quite have a brick and mortar. So I love what's happening here. You're going to have maybe a little bit of company over there, I understand.
Yes. So I'm going to have a new roommate. Now, Bits and Pieces, which is currently resides down Market a little way, has beautiful art and antique shop. She's a collage artist, Jen. But she's going to be moving into the shop with me. So we're going to be basically cohabitating. She really specializes in kind of like vintage glassware and partyware, platters, things of that nature. And one of my favorites, because we're both avid readers, and I do host a book club at Milkweed as well.
I love that.
She's doing these literature cocktail boxes. So for this one in particular that I brought, the cocktail book is Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaritas. And then she has the original book as well, Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaritas. And they shoot beautiful vintage glasses that would be perfect for your margarita, a little vintage fruit or juicer, and a coaster. And it all comes in a box. And then, of course, through Milkweed, you can buy the bottle of spirit.
Conveniently. I love that.
Convenient, right?
What a great job curating that box, because so much thought goes into that. And it seemingly she's seeking out all of these items just to individually position, which I love that. The other thing that you do a great job at is when you stop in, if you do want to stay with your girlfriends, you provide a wonderful little, mesh up of things. And we're going to give you a little education on some cheeses and some other things that you can buy. What do we have there?
So this is just a small charcuterie board, and you can have this in the shop. Of course, it wouldn't be in a container. It would be in a nice little plate.
Of course.
Eating it in the shop, but you can get it to go as well. So these are really great. It's, to me right now, I call it like hiking picnic season. Mm-hmm. And my husband and I on the weekends love to pack a bag, take a little hike, and then have a little drink.
And you brought all the little goodies in here. What do you have?
Yeah, so if you want to create your own, again, I can provide it for you, but if you want to create your own, I just kind of brought some things that we really love in the shop and tend to be bigger sellers, and then some new products as well.
Yes.
So I had all of these different flavors of Dijon mustards from France, and this is the horseradish one, which definitely has been the most popular over spring. These are basically, this is so funny, I call them French combos. So like combos the snack.
Yes.
That they're crisp. And so they're just got kind of like this crispy cracker outer shell, and then boursin cheese on the inside. They are so addicting. And of course, we have cheeses. So these 2 cheeses are from Tulip Tree out of Indiana. But I love the nettle. It's definitely a springtime cheese. It's a soft cow's milk, so it's spreadable. And then they put mint and nettles on top of it.
What?
Yeah. And so it's kind of minty and fresh and herbaceous breakfast cheese to go with your breakfast wine.
Yes, I love it. I love
And then,
it.
of course, they make a milkweed cheese, so I had to.
Mhm.
But this is now.
Oh, I thought they
was
branded it
shaved.
for you.
No,
Okay.
I wish.
That's fantastic.
But it is more of an alpine, so you have a good selection of like a soft cheese and then a harder cheese here. And that's really what you want in your cheese board is a little diversity. Of course, unless you don't like one of those, and then you do whatever you want.
This is neat.
You know, aren't those beautiful?
Yes,
So their
very
new
pretty.
brand, Salt and Twine, and they make a really amazing salami, but there's no artificial ingredients, no antibiotics. It's the cleanest preserved meat
Yeah.
you can get.
Yeah, that's so big now. Everybody's looking for that. It says gluten-free.
4 different flavors of that. This one, I kind of went blue and green today. Rosemary crackers. So I love rusty savory crackers, but I also love Davina. These are rosemary, probably the most popular flavors in the shop.
She totally curated this basket. Look at it. Like everything's gorgeous, and you give it as that's okay. Honestly, one of my favorite gifts to give is just a little thoughtful basket like this because flowers are going to die. This is just a way to say, hey, I care about you. I love you. You're going to enjoy it and you're going to thank me, And I love that. Feels very special. And this, okay, Lucas will tell you he's an addict and I too am now an addict. You know how they tell you maybe don't eat the batter and stuff? Well, now you can be happy because you can eat the batter. Is that kind of how you sell it, or what's?
Actually, they sell themselves. So,
Okay.
but it's peanut butter and that's like 7 different flavors in the shop, and they have all these different things kind of worked into the peanut butter.
Are we going to try this? Okay, peanut butter, milk chocolate, toffee, and Rice Krispies. Who's going to say no to that? Huh? Yeah. Nobody.
So my best friend actually got this for me as a present years and years and years ago, and she travels all over the world. So when she got this for me, I was like, "That's weird. Like you were in the Congo just recently, and you brought me that peanut butter." It's so it was just a different thing. And I was really hungry one day, and I was like, "I don't have time to make anything," so I grabbed this, and I ate half the jar in one sitting.
Unbelievable.
It's so good.
And look, we're big on marketing here at Growing Media, producers of the Spiel, and crushing it since 2013. Brilliant. And it's very simple. But, get this, Sam. Warning, addictive. That is fantastic.
I have an extensive restaurant background in general, so I've worked all over St. Louis. I've lived in Portland, Oregon. I've lived in the Virgin Islands and worked in restaurants throughout all of that. So definitely exposed to fine dining scene and wine. I am a certified sommelier. 2022, my wine list for the restaurant I work at in St. Louis was James Beard nominated. So
yeah, drop the mic. I guess you heard that.
I was really excited about that. So but even though it's been a couple of years, I mean, I was definitely competing with larger cities and stuff. I do teach wine classes at the shop too. So I had a South American wine class last night. But it's explaining things to people in ways that they can understand as opposed to like, you don't understand about wine? Like, I'm trying to take that out of the equation.
It can appear snooty, so it is good to kind of level that playing field a little bit. Yeah. Maybe we'll have you back on and you can educate our audience.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We'll be right back. Stop, Lucas. Lucas.
This is, one of our best sellers. We've had it on the menu for many years. It started, a mojito is a classic rum cocktail, rum, mint, a little bit of simple syrup.
Taylor Swift was on a flatbed trailer out in front of the river there. Nobody, she's like, thank my mama for putting me on the radio.
Did she talk like that?
She did.
She talked like country
Taylor,
twang?
you have come so far.
We want people to be able to be hands-on with their customers and be able to make sure that they get what that customer wants and that it looks good on them.
We do shape hats, size boots. We like to fit people in jeans.
When people are trying on clothes, I want them to look their best. I want to make sure they're in the right size, the length is right in the jeans. I want to make sure they have the right size shirt on.
They really appreciate that hands-on customer service.
Shout out to our sponsor of the Spiel It in the Kitchen, Prairie Farms. They are now out with a single serve iced coffee, everybody. And the crowd goes wild. So listen, their whole slogan, which I love this, it's like skip those long lines, get your single serve, and they're your favorite coffee house flavors. Single serve Prairie Farms, good job. They've always had it in the half gallons and done really, really well in stores, so it's nice to see
I like
that.
this. You can grab it, take it in your car.
And go, that's it.
Pediatricians are seeing firsthand how quickly illnesses can spread. See your doctor and make sure your kiddos stay well this season and every season.
They need the care of others.
There's multiple pediatric providers to choose from that are going to provide great care for your kids. Come see one of our pediatric providers at CRHPC.
With 15 locations throughout Southern Illinois, there is sure to be an office near you. Also available at crhpc.org.
And we are spieling it in our Prairie Farms kitchen, coming to you from Tower Square Plaza in Marion, Illinois. It's a square that we happen to share with Seasoning Bistro, KB and Katie.
Yep.
Rock stars. Is that what people call you now? Just like
occasionally, yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, they just walk in and like, oh, the rock stars.
Well, look, you had you've been doing this a while. You and your husband Troy. You were in Benton.
Yep.
On the square.
Yep.
Seasoning Bistro.
Yep.
People would flock from hundreds of miles to dine at your restaurant. And then how did the expansion come about?
You know, we kind of sat down with some investors and with the mayor, and when we kind of talked about our goals and, you know, our future plans, it just kind of all aligned. So we, again, had an investor that was going to fix up this building on the square, and it was just an opportunity that we could not pass up.
Exactly. Gorgeous.
So
gorgeous.
Yeah.
How long did it take? I mean, we would all follow along online and see, and you know, I mean, you went from rubble, essentially, on the inside, it looked like, to just this gorgeous facility that you both get to work in.
It was very nearly condemned, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it really was. It took a little over 4 years, just a lot of paperwork, a lot of, you know, behind the scenes things that had to happen for it to, you know, follow through. And we're just so excited to be here and to be able to put our stamp on the building and put our stamp on the square here in Marion.
We're going to start today, I guess, with one of your drinks where you've incorporated some local ingredients.
Absolutely.
Okay, what you got?
I think we're going to start with the Steel Magnolia.
Yeah.
Do we have the nugget ice out here?
Yep, I'll get some for you.
Ice is such an important part of these cocktails.
I'll tell you what, we've really invested in our ice game. You know, in Benton, we just had such little storage. We didn't really have a lot of space. So now we have regular ice. We have an ice machine with nugget ice.
Nice.
And then we'll show you in a bit. Our new ice is clear ice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you go to, you know, some restaurants and bigger cities, and they have this gorgeous ice that is just totally clear. And we tried to make our own for a while, and it just didn't happen. So we finally found a product that is just so clear and so beautiful.
Good. We'll have to test it. We'll come over. You know, here we'll do it, but over there, just people look for that kind of thing now. They want the glasses to smoke. They want the cubes to, you know, fill the glass. So you're getting ahead of us. What did we have here? Because I feel like I'm going to need to make this over and over.
Oh, yeah.
What was this?
Sipsmith London Strawberry Gin. It's a higher end gin that we just got in recently. It's
perfect.
Absolutely delicious.
Okay.
I'm a gin drinker myself, and it's hard to beat Sipsmith. This is, of course, from our friends here at Glacier's End.
I
on the square in
recognize
Marion.
the brand. Yeah, they were on the show.
Yeah.
Awesome couple. Good job.
Yeah. Typically, we make all of our own syrups. We juice all of our own juice fresh every day.
Nice.
So when we were able to collaborate with Glacier's End, it just took a couple steps out of a few of our drinks. And their product is just high end.
Amazing.
It's so good.
That
They're
is
such wonderful people to work with. So we're just so excited to be on the square with all of our new neighbors and friends.
What juice did you select for this one?
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
Half ounce lemon juice. Not a whole lot going into this one, just the gin, the syrup, the lemon juice.
Yeah.
Give it a good shake.
That's a good arm workout, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
Look at her. Katie, showing up, showing out. Do you guys still work out, you and your husband? I think you flip tires and do like CrossFit, don't you?
We
Crazy
used
stuff.
to, yeah.
Okay.
Not so much anymore, but yeah, I still go get to work out a little bit every morning.
And then we just add a little bit of a lemon twist on the top here.
Oh, I saw that.
We go around and around just to make sure it gets a nice curl.
Nice. And it's important. I know you have a fabulous drink that there's almost like some type of candy on it, and I happen to have a picture
the
on my
bee's
phone,
knees,
so I'm going to share it. What is that called? And the bee's knees?
Bee's knees,
Okay.
that's right.
Yep. It's so good. And what is that on top then? Just some honey that's been, or what is a candy?
It's candy.
Okay.
It's just sugar, corn syrup, and water. And you cook it on the stove until it's a light golden color.
This is amazing. Okay, that's amazing. This is amazing. I've yet to have anything that isn't amazing.
This drink is so good.
So
The
good.
magnolias are very seasonal, and Glacier's End only has, so many magnolia trees. So they're like, we can only make so much of this magnolia syrup, and we have just sold so many of these. We love them, and all of our guests love them too.
And very few ingredients.
Yeah,
which
very
really
easy to
makes it
make.
nice.
So easy.
All right, now you snuck some stuff in on us. What did we
you
put
gotta
in
be-
there so far?
You got to be quick. I'm fast. I'm starting our blackberry mojito here. I started with a ½ ounce of lime juice, a ½ ounce of white rum, and then an ounce each of our homemade syrups. This is a blackberry syrup that we make from scratch.
Nice.
It's very, very good. Blackberry mint, I should say. And this is just a mint simple syrup. We've already got them all here in our shakers. So.
And I have noticed you've already changed up your cocktail menu. So will that be seasonal or what's available at the time?
Yep.
And how's that going to work?
Yep. In Benton, we changed it about once a month.
Okay.
I'm hoping to kind of keep up with that, but if we're not able to every other month or seasonally, it just kind of depends on, how much of the ingredients that we can get, how soon we need to change them.
Okay. It means something when they're bringing in another local brand. And, Milkweed is also, they're on the show today. They're located right next door. And it's so important to sort of prop each other up. We have such a special place here since we've moved. The energy is just, it's electric, and you can tell people care, and it's just, it's an awesome time to be here. It really.
Blackberry mojito.
Okay, this is almost too pretty to drink, right?
This is, one of our best sellers. We've had it on the menu for many years. It started, a mojito is a classic rum cocktail, rum, mint, a little bit of simple syrup, some club soda. So we kind of put our spin on it with blackberry syrup. We got fresh local blackberries that we just kind of cooked down with fresh mint.
So fresh.
I am
immediate, almost even before the straw.
Oh yeah,
it's just
it's that
mint,
fresh
so good.
mint, the aroma, all the oils. I'm a mint lover. I love mint,
too.
and so we really amp up the mint flavor in this one.
Kudos.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's far and away our most popular drink. We
Is
make
it?
so many of those
Okay.
a night.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Are we doing another one?
We got
another one?
more.
Oh, yeah.
There's more.
See? Now, do I remember reading, would you do a lot of pastry work, or is that somebody else on your team?
Yep.
Okay.
I did it all in Benton, but now we have culinary students from Ren Lake College. We attended there, and now one of the chef instructors is someone that we went to school with, Chef Brock.
Yeah, he's amazing. And just the technique, and I love that so many times with everything, people think you have to go to a big city, right? You guys are doing the exact same thing that you'll get in any fine dining establishment or nice dining establishment that you'll go into, in whatever city.
Yeah,
so great job.
to get a good educational background, to learn the fundamentals,
Yes.
to, just learn all the basics, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, it's really up to you.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to go to school for that. I definitely suggest it if you're young and just getting into the industry and want to learn.
But you travel abroad.
Absolutely.
Maybe work under chef. Okay, what do we have here? You got to bring us up to speed again.
All right.
What'd you do?
What we're doing here is, I think, is our most visually appealing cocktail, the lavender lemonade. You may have noticed I started sprinkling some dried lavender petals in there.
Okay. And what else is in there?
And we started with our house vodka. This is North Shore from Chicago, so not super local, but Illinois ingredients.
Distilled pretty close. I recognize the corn.
Yeah.
We love North Shore. We have met the owners. They have a distillery and a bar. They're just south of Chicago. And they actually send us Christmas cookies every year in the mail. So we love that we're able to kind of partner with them and promote local ingredients and other small businesses as well.
But that's what it's all about, relationships, good relationships, and utilizing people who really appreciate your business.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we could use any other type of basic vodka or gin, but, you know, we choose to do the craft route. We're just excited to be a part of their journey too.
That is awesome. Okay, that was neat. That was like a little bit of an explosion kind of thing.
That's the neat part right there. It's got this beautiful two-tone effect. What I sprinkled on top there was powdered hibiscus flower.
Look at this.
So it gives it a little bit more of a floral nose. It's got lemon juice, vodka, and our homemade lavender syrup in there. It is absolutely delicious.
And do you stir it or just go with it like it is?
Whatever you want.
However you want.
Hibiscus doesn't really have a really strong flavor. Obviously, it's a flower. It's a beautiful pink flower that they dehydrate and grind. And it's just a little tart and a little floral. But the majority of this effect is just visual.
I love it. And you know what I've enjoyed about all of these? Sometimes when you taste a cocktail, immediately it's just sugar burn. You've got you're thinking syrups, you know, but this is all so clean and refreshing. And I think I could very easily drink 3 or 4.
Awesome. Well, this is going to be our final cocktail for today. If you want more, just come on over to the bistro. We've got these beautiful high top chairs and a TV to watch if you want. But this is a classic cocktail. This is just an old fashioned. But we wanted to show you our really cool ice. So this is the really cool thing that we're excited about. We have this beautiful clear ice and we have a personalized stamp. You want to show them?
Just let it sit on there for a few seconds.
The heat of the metal just melts it. So we have a little whisk and knife. It's our logo, just for that extra special high-end touch.
This is about as classic and
I love that.
easy to find a cocktail as you're likely to find a good old-fashioned.
It's my favorite.
Old-fashioned, yeah.
It's my favorite.
Very aromatic, very citrusy.
We have lots of different bourbons over at the bistro. Elijah Craig is our rail. It's the one that we use the most, but you can pick and choose whatever you like.
Wonderful. Well, let's give an end. Are we done? Because I
We're
mean,
done.
I could be
That's
here all
it.
day. I'm
Those
loving
are
this.
yours. Knock yourself
This
out.
is so much fun, and I really appreciate the love that you guys put into the space and ensuring that people in this area, and if you want to travel in, come in and enjoy it because it will feel like a big hug. So you do a great job there.
We love Southern Illinois. We love our food. We love our drinks. We love our customers.
Yay. He said that.
That
He
was
said
great.
that very
That was
well.
good.
She goes, okay, that might be worth a raise later. Okay.
You said that.
All right. Do you want to invite people in to come see you?
Yeah, we're open Wednesday through Saturday, closed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're open from lunch, 11 to 2, and then dinner starts at 4. Make reservations on the weekend. We highly suggest that just because it gets full. Lunch is usually great to walk in. Wednesday and Thursday night, you can usually walk in. But then you can make reservations on our website, seasoningbistro.com.
That's perfect. That's a good place to check, too, for changing hours. Here's to a long time together here on the square.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back. It seems like our access has gotten less and less every year, and I understand a lot of media, but no one that I know of is dedicating an hour-long show year after year after year to an event.
One of the things that we provide here that some stores don't is we have a person on staff, happens to be my wife Marcy. She is very good at cleaning and shaping hats.
Very good with art growing up, so I have that kind of artistic, which I feel like shaping hats has to have an artistic with it.
So if you've not treated your hat correctly and it's got a little bit out of shape, we've got a professional steaming machine, and she can steam that, clean it, and get you back out on the road looking great.
We see everyone, regardless of their ability to pay.
We're helping those that otherwise might not receive the care that they need. We provide courier service to all of our facilities and have a convenient drive-through service as well.
I'm really proud to be able to work for an organization that has that policy.
Our pharmacy staff and I look forward to meeting you and serving all of your pharmacy needs.
All right, guys, it was just, look, something has happened since we've moved to Marion. I'm going to say it one more time, to the Tommy Bahama studio. Last chance, Tommy Bahama. Just people, they're everywhere, and they want to come on, and they have great stories to tell. And actually, if you ever get confused, that's what's on our door. Everybody has a story. Come in, let us tell yours. What'd you think of the show?
Loved it. I love that you're doing all the things here in the community, right here on the square. I mean, you have so many cool people, so many cool businesses right outside your door.
Yes. Your thoughts?
I thought, this was one of the better shows we've done recently, honestly.
Because we've done 3 every week, better and better. All right, some exciting news, guys. We, again, have been called on by the CMA Fest going on in Nashville. We are preferred media. Small bone to pick. Yes, and I'm going to send it to you, CMA Fest. It seems like our access has gotten less and less every year, and I understand a lot of media, but no one that I know of is dedicating an hour-long show year after year after year to an event. What would we say to that? CMA Fest.
I think we should, what you just did, I think we should spend more time talking to the dealer and less about the hand we're dealt. So I think, when we go in, I think we can make, something out of minimal.
We always do. Oh, yeah. But we would sure like access to all green room spaces at Nissan Stadium, our own box, maybe for interviews. Mm-hmm. I mean, nobody's ever gotten that, but
why not us? Why not us?
Somebody has to be first. I'm just saying, sure. CMA Fest. I was there covering it when Taylor Swift was on a flatbed trailer out in front of the river there. Nobody, she's like, thank my mama for putting me on the radio.
Did she talk like that?
She did.
She talked like country
Taylor,
twang?
you have come so far, girl.
How'd she get rid of that?
Congrats. I don't know. I think it was part of the Tim McGraw song. She was trying to play into that a little bit more country than she is. But she's had a little success. So congratulations to Taylor.
A little, a bit of an understatement, but yeah.
Rob's still not impressed. He goes, what? What are you talking about?
Is he saying Swiftie? Who's Taylor? Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. I knew it.
Trucking company? Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
And I'm just going to say, hey, we love you. We're fans. Show us some love. Yeah. Go ahead and upgrade those passes. Don't be afraid. And there's how many of us? There's 6 of us on the crew. So just saying.
No, I mean, last year we had the same passes, and I think we put together a great show.
You did.
With what we had. We interviewed some big talent.
Shout outs. Go ahead. Who'd you have?
Kid G.
Yeah.
Maddox Batson, actually, which I really didn't know at the time, but I mean, he's had a huge year, and she actually predicted that.
Emily, way to go. She already knows. Look, it's been a wonderful opportunity. What that does is it levels the playing field, and it shows everybody just how normal all these celebrities and these stars, I mean, they come out, you meet their families, they're signing their cookbooks, they're doing demonstrations. Dolly Parton is still involved. Like, talk about just a gem. That also afforded us the opportunity before his passing. Charlie Daniels, we interviewed Hank Williams Jr. I mean, we've just had some remarkable opportunities. Martina McBride, love her. Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert. That's where we were able to, ask those questions that nobody else ever gets to ask. Mm-hmm. In those very staged press conferences and stuff and prepared answers, you really get to know.
Yeah, I think it's a lot better, honestly, to do it raw and kind of off the cuff, or what's it? Off the cuff.
That's
off the cuff. So
or out of the cup or wherever
out of
you
the
are.
cup,
I
on
mean,
the cup,
yeah.
however you want to do. Yeah, spontaneously.
spontaneously.
I think that's better because at the end of the day, that's more authentic. You know, I mean, it's kind of catching someone just kind of in their flow state, like, hey man, you got 5 minutes to do this.
Right. But I love this story, and I'm going to keep sharing this. Actually, it happened to, I don't know, I can't remember who was on our team that year, but we had this really cute, long-haired, she had a little darker hair back then, still wearing bell bottoms, walk up to us in the media center where you can do interviews, and she goes, hey, do you want to talk to me?
And that lady was Lainey Wilson.
Lainey. That's what's fun to watch for me, is seeing those people who maybe you don't know them as well when you get the releases, but you know what? We're watching and we know those people with potential and we want to tell your story. So that's what we're going to do.
100%. And I think every year, there's these names that people don't really know or they don't get as much credit as they deserve. And then you watch these next 5 years play out and now they're huge, and they're performing at Nissan. But I think that's kind of where we come in, where we come in and we talk to these people who aren't as well known and give them kind of a spotlight. And, 9 out of 10 times they're very cool people, very humble people. And
I think what you bring to the table as well is artists that we may not know, but you're also following them. Maybe they don't have the stage that they want yet, but they sure are getting it on TikTok, they're getting it on YouTube, and you know those people, and we're going to be coming for you, so maybe come for us, Growing Media Marketing, the Spiel, because we'd love to interview you and we'd love to tell your story. So look us up.
Yeah.
All right?
Exactly.
Bye!
Say hello, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
We're just going to FaceTime real quick.
Okay, this will be your brand photo now, or I kind of like. You want to see?
You guys ready for launch or what?
No, we still got to do the open and the close, and then we'll be
Who are
ready.
you talking to?
Who do you think I'm talking to?
Oh, jeez. Come on back in, Ben. We're having wine, babe. Okay, love you.
Oh wait, you're actually here. Hold on, let's go. You see him? He's running. Hi, Ben.
Hey, guys.
Less. Just a drop at a time. 1 gram.
Lean your head back. Oh yeah.
After 3 years attempting to get him on our stage, here he is again, everybody.
Hold on. I didn't know you were gonna be in front of. I didn't know I needed your audio.
This is just for them.
Who's them?
Everybody on the floor.
Yeah.
Ben deserves this kind of introduction.
No, he doesn't.
Do it one more time.
I started recording on my camera instead of the ninja.
Okay.